So Xbox Game Pass just got a massive price increase. Console gaming is dead. So this happened on October 1st, 2025, and it's just a sign of more things to come and go wrong in 2025. Why did Microsoft raise the price for Game Pass again, now doubling the price of Game Pass Ultimate from its original launch price of $15 a month? And what does this mean for the game industry going forward? Watch the end of the video to have all of these questions answered. Don't forget to follow us over on Rumble. Our Rumble is linked in the description of the video. And also, don't let them tell you that you will own nothing and be happy. Go and check out Angry's Crypto Academy to learn how to buy, sell, and trade crypto while making massive profit. It's also linked in the description of the video, and you can also find it by scanning the QR code on the screen. Don't forget to like this video by hitting the like button, turning on notifications, and hitting the subscribe button to help push us out into the YouTube algorithm. Guys, we are so close to 60,000 subscribers. Help get us to 60,000 subscribers, guys. And, I'll sing a song for you. Now let's begin. So Microsoft raises the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to $30. This is absolutely insane. This actually comes from PC Mag, but it's all over the place. It's on like every website right now. Even Moist Critical is crying about it. Moist Critical, Asmon Gold, I think Smash JT has already jumped on it, maybe Vara Dark, but you get the idea. Everyone is pissed off and everyone is basically going absolutely wild. The company is spinning it as a part of an upgrade since it includes an expanded catalog of games. This is a load of absolute BS. I think I'm going to put on the video from Asmon Gold because he actually shows you Microsoft's explanation for it. I'll link his channel description so that you can go and support smaller content creators as well.
Now, you already know this is a disaster. 4.7K likes, 4.2K responses.
Xbox Game Pass is getting an upgrade. We've listened to your feedback, and now you have...
What she means is an upgrade in price.
Xbox Game Pass Core is now Xbox Game Pass Essential. Xbox Game Pass Standard is now Xbox Game Pass Premium.
Oh!
And Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is still Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Oh.
Essential, formerly known as Core. You get access to over 50 games.
That's it?
And with Essential, you can earn up to 25,000 rewards points a year. You can redeem your points for Xbox gift cards to get new games.
Jesus.
Next up, Premium. With Premium, you can play and earn up to 50,000 rewards points a year. Finally, let's take a look at Ultimate. The best thing about Ultimate is that you can play new games on day one.
I knew they were gonna do this. Like, you guys know, I have simped really, really hard for Xbox Game Pass. Now am I a shit eater now?
Is that even a question?
So now they're taking these day one games, putting them on a separate tier.
With Ultimate, you'll now have access to Ubisoft Plus Classics in addition to EA Play. And
oh my god.
And you know what's very interesting about all of this right now? Tell you what's really interesting about this. All of those people that were stupid enough to sell their souls to Game Pass, they don't own shit. I'm just being very real. I mean, I have over 1,300 Steam games. I have over 1,300 Steam games. Most of them were purchased on sale at discounts. Realistically speaking, for the cost of Mario Kart World, you can go and get yourself Silk Song, and Silk Song, the entire Arkham series, the entire Arkham series, the entire what do you call that? It's like $13 right now. The entire Tomb Raider series. I mean, like all three games. Bunch of other games. Tons of, and you'll still have money left over. All right, on Steam. And the problem here is that, think about it very carefully. There's a lot of people who don't buy a lot of games, but they were playing on Game Pass. So if you were spending all of this money already, you're already spending, let's say you have Game Pass Ultimate, you were giving Microsoft $240 a year for nothing. And they were milking you. So let's say you had the service for a couple of years, let's say 2 or 3 years. How much money have you given to Microsoft already? Okay? You've given them hundreds of dollars. You've given them close to $1,000 for literally nothing at all. 4 years of Game Pass. That's how many games is that on Steam? You have nothing to show for it. Okay? You have no collection, you own nothing. And now people who went down this road, guess what? They are going to have to continue paying for Game Pass to maintain access to the games that they're invested in. They're locked in. You're a simp. You're their simp now. There's no coming back from it. They own you. They own your saves. They own your cloud. They own all your crap that's on the cloud. You're done for, little bro. There's no coming back for you, little bro. There's no coming back. They have you. Just admit that they have you. Just admit that they own you. They've got you, little bro. They've got you. So while those of us that get criticized for PC, oh, PC is so expensive, the games are much cheaper. All right? You sold your soul to Microsoft, and now we're witnessing what they call the shitification of everything, just like with Uber and all these other, services, tech services, where they get you in, it's so convenient and it's so affordable, and then once they have everyone locked in, and they've damaged all the existing markets. Like, people are no longer taking taxis anymore. They're now using Ubers. Okay, now we're gonna jack those prices up. Oh, when Uber Eats first started, it was so affordable. It's only just a couple of dollars. All right, but now people are using it to basically subsidize themselves. The support is terrible because customer support no longer exists in the U.S. It's all overseas. The drivers are just really nasty and narcissistic. Depending on where you live, it's no longer, you don't even need to tip anymore because you're paying like $10 to $15 in delivery fees because the cities now have requirements, like basic requirements on how much these people have to make per hour. Like they have to make at least like $20 or $30 an hour delivering food to you. Okay. And of course, these companies are taking a massive cut of that because they also jack up the prices of everything that they sell compared to what it's sold for in the stores. There's also dynamic pricing. Guys, we're being screwed. I mean, even like hotel.com or what do you call the damn thing, or Airbnb, depending on where you are. If you're in Seattle or let's say you're in Arkansas, you can see two different prices. They might try, if you're in Seattle, they might say, oh, so this is a guy who has a lot of money, so we're going to show him the same hotel room as the guy in Arkansas, but we're going to show it to him for twice the price. So it's just a crapification of everything that was naturally happening, and now they basically they offer it at a very low price. They get you in, they damage existing markets, and now that they have you locked in, they then jack the price up. Microsoft brought in like $5 billion in the last fiscal year for Game Pass. So by jacking up the price so much, how much do you think they're going to be making now? There's been a string of cancellations, but look at what happened with Netflix when Netflix decided they were no longer going to do physical DVDs in the mail, and also kept raising the price. There are some people who unsubscribed, and their profits just kept on going up anyway. Okay, because where else are you going to go? Back to physical media? Oops, it doesn't exist anymore. There's nowhere else to go. They have you locked in. It's like George Carlin says, now they have you by the BALLSs. You can't do anything about it. And that's what Microsoft has done right here. Okay? They screwed everyone over. It was $15 when they launched the damn thing. It was right around $15. Now it's $30. They doubled the price. And there you go. Some people might downgrade, but realistically, even if you downgrade, you're still paying more. They've got you. They've got you. You don't own anything. You gave over your power. You trusted the wrong people, and now you're screwed. Even Vera Dark, I think it was Vera, she said that, she was shilling for Game Pass for quite some time. And guess what? Now she basically has to eat crow.
God, so are you telling me I'm gonna be able to play Assassin's Creed Shadows? And I only have to pay twice as much?
And with Ultimate, you can play and earn up to 100,000 rewards points a year.
What are some of these rewards? You have to play 5 days a week and you only get 150 points? Let's say you're working in a Malaysian sweatshop and you're getting paid 35 cents an hour. Do you think that you could afford the DLC faster by working in the Malaysian sweatshop or by playing and getting these rewards? Sweatshop, I think so too.
Because this is how we play now.
This is how you pay now too. It's interesting to me, they didn't.
This is how we do it. Dun, dun, dun. This is how we do it. It should actually be, this is how we screw you. This is how we screw you. Dun, dun, dun. This is how we screw you. How we screw you. Guys, if we hit 60,000 subscribers, I used to do these. I know my singing is horrible. I know it's terrible. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. If we hit 60,000 subscribers, I will do a stream and I will sing for you. All right? I will sing. I will take requests. I will sing for you guys. All right? Help us get to 60,000 subscribers and we'll do the singing stream, guys. We'll get a singing stream and I'll sing for you guys. You know, I'll sing for you guys and it's going to be beautiful. How many songs? At least one or two, okay? Well, it'll be a sing stream. We'll make it fun, all right? We'll make it fun. But guys, get me to 60,000 subscribers and I'll sing for you guys. I will do some really, I'll work for it. I will put in the damn work. I'm not a Gen Zer, all right? I've got that work ethic down. Got it down pack. In a world pushing you to own nothing and be happy, crypto is your key to survival. Join Angry's Crypto Academy to master buying, selling, and trading crypto. Make huge profits and safeguard your wealth. Plus, discover the one crypto virtually no one is talking about, poised to create new millionaires in the upcoming bull run. The link is in the description of the video below. Go check it out now.
Talk about the price increase in the video. So we have 50 plus games. It's only $10 for the cheap version, $15 for the not so cheap version, and oh my God, $30 a month. Following the announcement of this price increase, the amount of people that are trying to cancel their Game Pass subscription is so much that it is crashing the website. Game Pass does not offer enough value to justify spending $30. I think $20 was reasonable. I think $30 is unacceptable. Whenever I said I wanted the 360 era back, I didn't mean 300
So, so basically people have been like rapidly canceling Game Pass and now the cancellation page is no longer working. Something interesting though, and you guys know I have a background in computer science among other things, and I will say this, with the stock market, they actually have gears and levers in place that if the stocks fall at a certain amount, it will automatically basically freeze the stock market. So they can it'll be shut down. They have levers in place to basically shut down the stock market to prevent it from falling anymore. And then they will gradually reopen it to prevent something like, the Great Depression from happening again, where the stocks just kept falling, right? Not calling, falling. I don't know why I went with calling, but I guess because calling and falling are anyway. Yeah, so they have levers that they have put in place to prevent, to prevent it from prevent it from rapidly declining more, and then they basically give it a kind of a cool off period, and then after people have kind of calmed down a little bit, then they reopen things usually on a Monday, and they're like, okay, people it begins to recover and people have kind of relaxed. If I was a programmer in Microsoft, I'm not saying it's ethical, I would probably have something in place to prevent mass cancellations. If if you do something like announce a price drop, a price increase, a massive price increase like this, and people suddenly decide that they're going to rush to cancel, I would likely have something in place just to prevent a cancellation like that. For example, I canceled Netflix today. And there have been times in my life where it's not the first time I've ever canceled Netflix, but I think it's the first time I ever canceled Netflix for something related to their content. Like there was something on Netflix that I was like, what the living heck is this garbage? And I actually canceled Netflix just because off the garbage that they have on there. I think there's a show called like Sagamoto. I cannot remember the name of this anime, but it's an anime that I do enjoy, and I think it's mostly only on Netflix right now. I have to double check because it's like I'm spending like $30 a month now. I don't know, is it 25 or $30 a month, somewhere around there for Netflix. And the only shows the show is actually called Sakamoto Days, right? It's about an ex assassin. And I watched that on there, and I also watched Don to Don. And the thing is, Don to Don is pretty much done right now. It's also available on Crunchyroll, dubbed, so I don't have to work. I don't actually need to watch it on Netflix. I prefer the viewing experience, but I don't need to watch it on Netflix. And aside from that, there used to be a show called The Dragon Prince. I know some of you guys are like Dragon Prince. I started watching a long time ago, and there was some questionable messaging in there that I did not like. The final season was just very hard to watch in some ways, but I ultimately just like muscled through it. And now I kind of look at Netflix and I think there's really not much on Netflix that I really give a damn about. Like, like I said, Don to Don and Sakamoto Days. And I'm like probably and like I just canceled it. I literally just canceled it, and I'm thinking like for Sakamoto Days I'll just have to sail the seven seas. Just have to sail the seven seas by the grace of God. I don't it's like it's literally you literally have it just for one show, just for one freaking show. And you know, I'm thinking like they probably did it deliberately. Microsoft probably did it deliberately. Why? Where like they'll act like, oh my god, because Microsoft, think about it, they are masters of the cloud. Do you think that Microsoft cannot handle a rapid run of traffic? You've got to be kidding me. They are masters of the cloud. Masters of the cloud. They can handle rapid signups, but they can't handle rapid cancellations. No, my guess is that there's something in place that went into effect when they saw that cancellations were happening too rapidly, and that's the reason why you can access evidently you can still access the rest of the site. You just can't access the cancellation page. Isn't that a little bit interesting? That's what I heard. I heard it was specifically the cancellation page, not the rest of the site. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. That's the impression I got, and it sounds like they are deliberately preventing people from rushing to cancel right now. My guess is that the page should begin working again in a couple of hours or by tomorrow, and it may even go up and on back and forth if they notice that there are significant waves of cancellation, because they're giving people time to kind of process the increase. And it's sad. People were such fools that they invest in this garbage. They spend hundreds of dollars a year instead of building a library, even a small library of games. And now it's too far gone. All right, you've given Microsoft, in some cases, thousands of dollars for literally nothing. You own absolutely nothing. There were people like, well, digital game. You don't own anything with any digital games anyway. So it makes more sense with Game Pass. Yeah, bro, you're right. You don't actually own anything with some digital games. God, you do get to own your games. If you download the installers, they're yours. Steam is a bit more iffy. But one thing is certain, with Game Pass, you don't own anything, and you're not even renting, you're not even being given the right to use a license. They're not even giving you the right to like use a license. It's literally a subscription service that you are using. And when you cancel, you lose everything. And if there are games that you enjoy on the service, they can disappear from the service. You have a lot of people who are like, oh, I got ahead of everyone. Like I got to play this amazing game and I didn't have to pay much for it. And now I'm like I won. It's like, bro, you can't go back and pick up the game ever again. No service, no game. You owe nothing. I have over 500 games on GOG. 500 games on GOG. I have over 1,300 games on Steam. Okay? I often buy duplicates with GOG as well, or I buy certain games on GOG only, because I know one way or another, if something goes wrong with Steam, even though Steam is great, I still have a massive collection of GOG games. And I definitely need to work on building it out more, so I don't end up in a situation where I owe nothing. I'm just being real. You should be building up crypto. You should be building skills right now, and you should be building up things that they can't. You should be layering things that they cannot take away from you. They cannot take my God games away. As long as I back up my offline installers, they are mine. They cannot take them away from me. All right. So, and I've been back. I backed up Silk Song recently. There's a lot of games I need to go through and decide which games I really have to have. Back up those installers. So no matter what, I have at least a couple hundred games maybe that I can turn to and say, yeah, these games are, this is it for me. Like you have to take precautions. And all of these Xbox players, I am not crying for one. I'm not crying one bit for them. Okay, console gaming is dead. It is way too expensive. $80 garbage games that are just crap. Like K the Justice League, bro. It's like $5 for the deluxe version. No one is buying it. It's constantly on sale. They're basically begging you. I think Dragging Age of Veilguard, they were giving it away for free, pretty like recently. No one wants it. Games like the Outer World, for example. Outer World is a great game, even if the sequel is trash. But like Outer World is a great game, and I already have had the Outer World on Switch, which is garbage. But I had it on. I also have the Outer World on Steam, and you know what ended up happening? I believe. I think the Outer World, right? Yeah, the Outer Worlds. I think I actually ended up getting it pretty recently, earlier this year. I believe so, like for free on through Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you basically get free games every month that are for different platforms like Epic Games, but also GOG. So you get free GOG codes, and I believe Outer Worlds was one of those codes. And I got Outer Worlds for free on GOG. And this is a game that it currently costs $30 on Steam. You can get it for $7.49 on Steam right now because they're having their sale. They're having their annual sale, their autumn sale. But again, regardless, guys, like I don't know, people are fools. Own nothing and be happy. You literally own nothing. Like all of these Game Pass people, especially with this terrible economy. Like think about this carefully. Even if things go to hell for me in my life, right? I still, as long as Steam doesn't go down or GOG doesn't go down, I still have access to all of my games. With Steam, of course, they can always their licenses still. With GOG, those are my games. But I actually own something. I have something that I will have access to. I can still play games. Okay? I have crypto set aside. So if the banks basically, say, hey, sorry, bro, the ATMs aren't working and you can't log in right now, I still have money through crypto. I also warned you guys. I warned you guys constantly to build up some have money at home, have like a reserve, have a reserve of cash at home. I did talk about that. I did warn you guys about that. And a lot of you didn't listen to me. Didn't listen to me. It doesn't matter if it's a couple $100 or a couple $1,000, whatever you're comfortable with. You should have some money sitting at home in case the bank stop working. Okay? It is imperative that you do this. And it's what's amazing is a lot of people are just so complacent where they're basically just sitting and waiting for everything, and they're just sitting and waiting for everything to go to hell. It's like the brain just doesn't work anymore. They have no real survival skills. But it is what it is. We already know Gen Z is in bad shape. Like Gen Z is not in good shape. They're basically just sitting and waiting for the inevitable. But yeah, tis life, bro. Tis life. What do you think regarding all of this, guys? This is only a sign of things to continue coming. They're not going to drop the price again. All right, they're not going to drop the price. This is it. This is how they got you. Now they're doubling profits, guys. They're literally doubling profits instantly. Okay, and they're going for their and keep in mind they just keep on raising the prices of everything higher and higher. And like for example, the new ROG Xbox Ally X, $1,000 for this thing, bro. You can't install your games outside of maybe Microsoft's games, like Microsoft's their own games. You can't install Steam games or GOG games or any other games from other storefronts onto the device from handheld mode. It all has to be done from desktop mode. So you're still fidgeting with all of that garbage. You're still doing all of these things. It's basically just a launcher. It's a game manager. It doesn't do. It just makes it. It just lets you launch your games in big and what's in the equivalent of Steam's big picture mode. It's a trick. It's giving you the illusion of the handheld experience when it really isn't. Like for example, if you buy a Steam Deck or a Legion Go S that's Steam OS for Legion Go S that's running Steam OS, you can install your games from handheld mode. You have the full, at least with Steam, you can install your games in handheld mode and have the full Steam experience, the full handheld experience. You can't do that with this new Xbox ROG Xbox Ally X. Okay? It's the illusion of handheld mode. Still have to deal with all of the updates and the patches and all the other garbage that comes with PC gaming. Don't get me wrong, I love PC gaming. I'm not going back to consoles, but it's all the other crap that you have to put up with Windows. You still have to put up with that crap. Microsoft it's a big cash grab, and they're using the Xbox brand, and the Xbots who just basically like they consume, like don't ask questions, just consume, just buy product. They're using that to their advantage. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. If you agree that this is horrendous, it's just a continued decline of the gaming industry. They're exploiting the consumer endlessly and while blaming them for being too broke. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, man walking away, and share.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.